What's going on? This is Jon Bellion, and you are watching AMBY.
Hey everyone, it's Alicia from AMBY, and I would like to welcome you to our interview with Jon Bellion. Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
That little
good.
clap for getting the last name right?
Yes. You got
starting
it right.
things off on the right foot.
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm very good. I'm very tired.
Yeah, very tired.
Yeah, we crossed the border at like 7 a.m. We had a show last night, so yeah, I'm super tired, but I'm good though.
That's
I'm
good.
Yeah.
Tours, I guess, starting to take its toll on you a little bit? Or?
Yeah, we're rounding the bend, so it's Toronto tomorrow, and then we head back to New York. So yeah, it's been a long month and a half for sure.
How has this whole adventure been treating you?
I mean, it's been incredible to see an entire tour sold out, top to bottom. There's not a ticket left in the nation. It's a good feeling, and every ticket was sold. Yeah, completely 100% sold out tour. So it's just, like I said, it's a good feeling.
Did that shock you at first, the initial reaction response from your fans?
Yeah,
It did?
yeah, without a doubt. I mean, our first day it was in Boston, I think, and the album was only out for about 10 days. So we had a conversation before. We were kind of like, yeah, if they don't know the lyrics, that's okay. Maybe midway through, people will start first night, every single word to every single song.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a blessing for sure. For sure.
Well, you had tweeted about how Third Eye Blind actually came out to one of your shows.
Yeah, blew my mind yesterday. For me personally, that was like, I've worked with, not to sound pretentious, I've worked with many huge artists and been in the room with many huge artists. I was like nervous. I didn't want to screw my lines up. I was just like, holy crap. Yeah, their records, like, like Jumper, and
oh yeah,
it's just like the dopest songs possibly of all time. So yeah, I was very happy that happened. That was a bucket list check off. I texted my sister. So many people came to the show. I texted my sister yesterday. I was like, Third Eye Blind came to the concert. I'm quitting tomorrow. I'm good. She's like, shut up, no way.
No, the timing on that tweet is so coincidental because I was at a music festival all weekend and I got to interview Third Eye Blind.
So dope.
I was in the exact same situation where I was like, this is extremely cool.
Yes.
So were you on stage and noticed it, or did someone tell you after the show? How'd you find out?
My tour manager was like, yeah, there's like 5 guys here to see you tonight. I'm like, oh, okay. And he didn't say who. And then like 15 minutes before we go on, he's like, oh, by the way, it's Third Eye Blind, because he knew how much of a fan I was of them. And it was actually funny because my sound guy had to go home. He had to fly back home to see his family, and his assistant sort of was one of my homies from college who's been helping him out. Hasn't mixed one of our shows before.
Okay.
So he was already super nervous. He was already like, and then he walks in. He's like, by the way, Third Eye Blind's here. They're ready for the show. He's like,
no
I got
pressure.
a mix for Third Eye. Like, what the? But he ended up killing it, and they ended up loving the show. So it was good. It was good.
Well, who's another artist where you'd absolutely lose it if you were on stage and you saw them watching you from the crowd?
Paul Simon.
Okay. That was very quick.
He's one of my favorite lyricists of all time. So if I was to ever meet him in any capacity or him come to a show, I don't know what I'd do.
Good choice. Well, it's an exciting time. You briefly mentioned this before, but The Human Condition is officially out. Officially released to the world.
Yes.
What has been the coolest thing to happen since you shared this record with your fans?
Coolest thing to happen? My fans got it to the number 4 album in the country. In the U.S., it was right between Beyonce and Rihanna without any radio impact date or anything like that. And that's big.
That's
big.
Very big. Congratulations.
So thank you very much. And the fans, they did it. They got it there. So I think that was probably the coolest thing, to see how involved they are and how much a fan base can do for your career. I think that's the real gatekeepers now. I don't think there's any more I can change your life tomorrow type of people in this industry. I think it all comes down to whether the public likes your stuff or not.
Well, the cover for the record is extremely cool. I feel like you're bringing fans into this little fairy tale land.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's your land on this front cover. So tell me a little bit about this world, because it just looks absolutely dreamy.
Yeah, if you actually, did you open up the inside?
Oh yeah, every single photo is incredible.
Yeah, we did like a Pixar-esque movie poster for every single song on the album. That's kind of how I saw the music for this album, and I wanted it to be grandiose and otherworldly. So I wanted the music to sound like you can kind of escape into it, opposed to it being this like real life dark situation. Very happy, it's very Pixar-esque. But I used my debut album as basically a pseudo business plan to get the attention of Pixar, because that's always been a dream of mine to score a movie for them. So I did that to kind of get their attention. So. Yeah, and we're kind of talking right now. And
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It all worked out very well, so I'm very happy about it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You had before mentioned how you've worked with some of the biggest artists in the industry, and there were also some collaborations on this new record. So what is it about working with people that really appeals to you so much?
Yeah, all the collaborations on this album were people who I like, not who's popping right now or who's going to get me more plays on a song or anything like that. They're all my buddies from college or people that I've met in the industry that I'm a fan of. As far as working with others and big artists and whatnot, yeah, I've been lucky enough to stumble across some hit records. Honestly, that's that's how most of them happened. So, yeah, it's been fun. It's been really good.
And there's a song on the album called 80s Films.
Yes.
Probably my favorite track on the record.
Yes. I like that song too.
I'd hope you'd like the song. What initially sparked the idea for this track? Were you watching some 80s films one night?
I love 80s films. Yeah,
Okay.
I've always been obsessed with like 80s era everything. So for a 90s kid to kind of do that, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like I'm about to get music nerdy, but like gated toms and like like outboard synths. I didn't want it to be like a retro 80s like knockoff song. I wanted it to be like my own interpretation of how a 90s kid looks at the 80s and how he like was affected by it. So yeah, and the fans seem to love it. It's a popular record, so it's cool.
And what are some of your all-time favorite 80s flicks?
80s flick, Breakfast Club.
Okay, classic.
E.T., Tron. There's a lot. I could go through a whole list. I say Breakfast Club is probably my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to run through a little quick fire round with you.
Oh, let's do it.
All right. So the first one being the best meal you've had on this tour.
Portland City Grill.
Okay. What'd you order there?
I got duck buns.
Ooh.
It was duck, and there was like these sugary buns that you like put the duck in. It was phenomenal.
And as of right now, what's your mobile ringtone?
Mobile ring.
The marimba. I think
Yeah.
it's called the marimba.
I didn't know the name. You just schooled me with the quickness. Yeah. I'd probably say that's my.
All right, then
ringtone.
if you could trade places with an artist for a day, which artist would you love to walk in the shoes of?
Walk in the shoes of. Prince.
Prince?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
Then an essential tour item.
Prince for many reasons, because like wherever he is right now, I would love to see what he's doing and how he's rocking out in wherever he is right now. I just think that would be dope. All right, what were you saying? I just went on like a total like
No, I appreciate the little add-on. That was
brain
great.
tangent as to what was happening. Some people were probably like, Prince, why would you switch shoes? He passed away, but that's why I'd love to switch shoes with him right now. There you go. It was deeper than you thought it was.
And then an essential tour item for you.
Underwear.
Underwear.
Yeah, I t-shirts and underwear in excess. I don't like to. That's my one thing that I'm like super. What's the word?
Like picky about.
High maintenance about.
Okay.
I don't like to. Like, after a show, I can wring my shirts out. They're so gross. I just like to throw them out. So I always have to have like socks, underwear, and shirt, like 150 pairs, like at the bottom of the tour bus, so I could just like throw them on when I need them. Pretty excessive, but
I'm sure at this point you get fan gifts, right, from
Yeah,
people.
yes,
So maybe a little shout out to the fans if you want to give Jon a gift.
Underwear and t-shirts
Underwear,
are
socks,
always
t-shirts.
appreciated. Yes.
To wrap things up today, I want to end things on the fans. Anything you want to say to them all, or kind of just shout out?
They're the only. My family, my friends, and my fans are the only reason that I'm able to do amazing stuff like this. Talk with awesome people in the middle of freaking across the border in a country that I'm not from is because of you guys. So thank you for everything that you've given me.
And I just want to say a big thank you for your time today. We really appreciate it. And remember, to everyone viewing, you can visit us at musicblogget.com for all exclusive interviews, features, videos, and so much more with your favorite artists. We'll see you next time.
That was professional sounding.
Well, thank you.
Phenomenal.
I tried.